Glad to have you along from Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Virginia Tech Hokies and the Utah Utes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Rice-Eccles Stadium is nestled at the bottom of the Wasatch Mountains. This is a gorgeous college football season, but it has also seen a lot of great sports history. Home to the opening ceremonies for the 2002 Winter Olympics, it will host opening ceremonies again in 2034. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And the Hokies headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. On the option. Now the toss. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're clamping down on it now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting Hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting him down on the ground.
Nowhere to go on that one. He's going to lose 5. It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast, you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now. Those safeties fly up, those corners fly up, outside backers fly up, and get in the play immediately.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Keeping his eyes downfield. Trying to make magic with his feet. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
And I know he tucked that thing and he got some good yards, but as a defense, that's exactly why you're so thankful to be in 3rd and long. You're backed up, you're taking away the passing game, no explosive plays. He takes off and run, he chews up some yardage, but you do what you're supposed to do. You throw that fist in the air and you force the 4th down.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. There he goes, open it up. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. The hidden yardage, the big plays, special teams coming through.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the 1st drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Using his legs at spring. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keeps it on the option. Might have gone into that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down. Virginia Tech wants to take a moment. They called their second timeout. They burned a couple early, now down to just one timeout to work with. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Churns into the pile. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Needs it here on 4th down. Still looking. Looking down the left side. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Touchdown, Utes! All into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. It didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Overton. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing out a little bit.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Out wide left, it's Reynolds. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Out wide right, it's Brown. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Turning it on! All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop them. Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught him. He was ready for that play.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's going to throw it again. Nice play to knock that one down.
And this has been a really good first drive, man. You talk about scripting the first however many plays. It's different for all the coordinators. Nice drive down the field. Now set up in a third down situation. Let's stay aggressive. Let's capitalize on this momentum and not try to kick these field goals because, you know, kicking field goals sometimes down the road can come back to bite you.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the run, it's Brady. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Keep it on the ground. There he goes. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk after the 30-yard line. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Making the adjustment. From the gun on third down. Oh, pressure's coming. Just gets rid of that one.
Well, the defense is waking up now, right? The first drive, they allowed a touchdown. They were a bit scrambled. They kind of all got together, rallied on the sideline. They've been pretty lights out since. Forced a punt on the last possession. They've now got the offense set up in fourth down again. Great job there. Pass defense, third down. This defense now starting to put it together.
And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled.
Makes a grab and room to run. the 16-yard line. That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Takes a hit as he fires. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Wants to pass. Escapes the pressure going right. Touchdown, Hokies! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Johnson. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Looking for space, it's Briggs. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. This is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Right side, it's Alexander. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver. Man, their fans have been hungry to see that. What a nice job to get through your progressions and find your man open on the drag.
And you can't do that without good protection up front by the offensive line, giving you a little bit of time. And you're right, the QB had time, saw the matchups, finally saw that drag come open, completes the strike, gets the first down.
Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
2nd down, going to throw it. Finds his man. It's Briggs. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Inside the touchdown, Utah. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. First play of this drive. Escapes the pressure to his right. Pulls it in. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Under pressure. Got rid of it just in time.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast. You saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit. And it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
This is why Rice-Eccles one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your 3rd down conversion in the midst of this. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The Hokies will snap it on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Overton. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Give to the running back. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Maybe didn't like that play call on 3rd and 2. Instead, they'll call a timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Powers inside. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that 1st down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that 3rd down and short.
Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Takes the handoff. It's Overton. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout call by the Utes. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Making the adjustment on the play. Keeps it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
He'll have enough for the first down. They'll maintain possession. We'll see if they're happy enough just to let the clock run out. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Fresh set of downs going up top. They're all over it. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have two hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Wants to throw on first. Fires left. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. Give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. Made sure that one fell incomplete.
The first half draws near to a close. Here comes the field goal unit. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. Oh, and he missed it. No good. It's still a 3-point game after the miss. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the number 22 team, the Washington Huskies. And it's the Sooners coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season. This will push them to 2-0 on the season. Here now a look at some other games of note today, including a big upset with major implications.
Virginia Tech opens this drive as the offense looks ready to go. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
And they need a chunk here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Out wide right, it's Keith. At the 45 on his way. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Cuts it upfield. It's Overton.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. This time they'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Brown. Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. And the timing just a hair off.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. Needs it. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down. That conversion sets a tone, but that's also really part of their MO. They're going to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, it's a body blow, and it's demoralizing. It's a good point, Reese. When you go for it like that and you go get it, you're essentially telling the opponent, look, you can't stop us. Next time we get in a similar situation, we're going to do the exact same thing, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
To the ground. He's got it again. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. The throw on 2nd down, and they need a lot. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Oh, he's got some space. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. So the turnover sets up their first drive of this 2nd half, and they'll have an opportunity to take the lead. Sees an alley. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. 2nd and long here. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Blasted as he lets it go. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The field goal is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Here comes the Hokies offense to start this possession. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give to the back. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
DB's right up on the receivers. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. They'll take the penalty and move them back. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. Running inside. It's Overton. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Finds a man in the middle.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
And the Hokies are moving quickly down the field. Looking for space. It's Overton. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
That's it for this period, and it's Virginia Tech on top. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. The run inside. It's Overton. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Fourth down and 1, and they'll go for it. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And how about this coach, man? Trusting their offense, trusting their guys. You could punt the football away here on fourth down and see if your defense can end this game, but he wanted to end it on offense. He trusted his guys, and that is a huge fourth down conversion late in this football game.
From the gun, it's Overton. Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a two-possession game. They must get something here. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long. The Utes moving quickly to the line. Right side, it's Alexander. Breaks into the open. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
First down, he'll keep it. Got a little grass. Ball is loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And the Utes will line it up on 1st and 10. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Rush right in his face. And that one's too high, out of bounds, incomplete.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking downfield. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. The corners are walked up tight. Scanning the field, it's Ryan. Makes the catch. It's Reynolds. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Timeout called by the Utes. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And I thought it was a good job by the quarterback really seeing the drag route start to come across the field, and he puts the ball pretty much on the money. And you got to make that play. You got to make those catches to get this offense in a rhythm, to stay ahead of schedule. Those are ones he doesn't drop very often.
He's knocked down immediately, trying to catch them napping on the run, and nothing doing. Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have one left. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. Concentration is key. Have to know the snap count. The false start backs him up. It's 1st and 15. Back's got it on the screen. Nice move. It's a fumble on the play. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. The Utes want to move quickly. Back to pass on 2nd down. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Quick tempo here for the offense.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
And the Utes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to throw it. Caught. Shows him the stiff arm.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game. But the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quick give. It's Bray. Shakes off the defender.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Back's got it on the screen. They don't fall for the screen. Great job retracing and stopping him at the line of scrimmage. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Burrowing for yardage. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the 1st down, and what do they do right away? Right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. He'll set up to throw. Sends it downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Fast motion and the jet sweep. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.